what Secretary Becerra said. What he said is basically where the president is. I want to be very careful here because, and as you know, the president's going to put forth his budget on March 9th, and he'll talk about what he thinks is fiscally responsible and put forth a budget that's fiscally responsible. And he mentioned this in the State of the Union. He's going to talk about how he's going to continue to lower the deficit by $2 trillion, and you guys will see the specifics of that budget when it comes out. And let's not forget, the president also lowered the deficit the first 2 years by $1.7 trillion. So all of that is important as the president is growing the economy and making sure that no one is left behind, that he's also lowering the deficit. And he's doing that with these very historic pieces of legislation that we have seen him sign into law this past 2 years. But I want to be very clear. When it comes to protecting Medicare, when it comes to Social Security, the president is going to continue to fight to make sure that those are not being held hostage by the Republican Party, to make sure that we are fighting for programs that taxpayers, pay into. We're talking about veterans, we're talking about seniors. So this is something that the president has been very clear about. He talked about it this week. He talked about it at the State of the Union. We need to make sure those programs, those life-saving programs for many Americans, millions of Americans, are not played with, just like what Republicans are trying to do. I just laid out moments ago how Republicans have been talking about for years, how they want to cut those really key programs for our veterans, for our seniors. And so the president, again, is going to continue to fight for those. Thank you.
Hello, friends. Happy Friday to all of you. My friends, it has just been released. Republicans and Democrats have decided to make big changes to their current Social Security legislation. Senators have put forward new revised proposals that aim to help seniors and retirees. And some recipients may be eligible for a double payment. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the details. Also, I will be announcing 2 winners in a video later today for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Today, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell declared Senate Republicans have no agenda to consider cuts or reforms to Medicare or Social Security, attempting to slam the door on efforts by Democrats to link the entire GOP to a plan by Senate Republican Rick Scott to sunset all federal legislation, including those popular entitlement programs, after 5 years. When asked if Senator Scott should disavow his plan, which has become a regular target of Democratic attacks, Mitch McConnell once again emphasized Senator Scott's plan does not have any buy-in from the Senate Republican leadership. Mitch McConnell has tried to squash the notion that he or anyone in his leadership team might buy into Scott's plan or any proposals to cut Medicare or Social Security. At last week's State of the Union address, President Biden said, "Some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset every 5 years. But Republican Senator Rick Scott has officially released a revised version of his proposal to sunset all federal programs in 5 years. This is after absorbing weeks of criticism from Democrats and even his own party by adding an exemption for Medicare and Social Security. The new and updated version of Scott's Rescue America plan now says all federal legislation sunsets in 5 years, with specific exceptions of Social Security, Medicare, National Security, Veterans Benefits, and other essential services. The previous version of the proposal included no such exemption, and instead declared if a law is worth keeping, Congress can pass it again. Republicans and Democrats have pointed out that such a provision could have endangered the popular entitlement programs. President Biden seized on the proposal in his State of the Union address earlier this month and attempted to tie Republicans to Scott's ideas, leading to an animated back and forth with GOP lawmakers during his speech. Biden in Florida last week continued to hammer Rick Scott, telling supporters the very idea the senator from Florida wants to put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block every 5 years, I find to be somewhat outrageous. Senator Scott has stumbled to defend his proposal, repeatedly claiming that Biden and Democrats have misrepresented his plan. The revision marks the second time that Rick Scott has been forced to adjust his plan amid criticism from both sides of the aisle. He previously dropped a proposal to require all Americans to pay at least some federal income tax, which could have forced low-income earners to pay taxes, as well as those in the middle class who have reduced their income tax burden to zero through various deductions. In its place, Rick Scott added a new requirement. Able-bodied Americans under 60 years old should work. We need them pulling the wagon and paying taxes, not sitting at home taking money from the government. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. According to the U.S. Social Security Administration, Social Security was created in 1935 to pay retired workers aged 65 and older a continuing income after retirement. In 2023, an average 67 million Americans per month will receive a Social Security benefit. Typically, these payments that come on a set date each month, but Social Security recipients will not receive a bonus payment in March. Social Security payments are sent out on a strict schedule. Most recipients receive their payments on the second, third, or fourth Wednesday of each month, depending on their birth date. But AARP says people who receive supplemental security income usually receive those payments on the first of the month. They can be a problem if the first falls on a federal holiday or on a weekend when banks are closed, like it does on Saturday, April 1st, 2023. As a workaround, SSI payments are sent out the next earliest business day. This means that in March, SSI recipients will get paid on March 1st and March 31st. But the later payment is for the month of April and not a bonus payment. This year, SSI recipients will also receive 2 payments in June, September, and December. AARP says that the same schedule adjustment also applies to other Social Security payments. If the date falls on a holiday, you can see the full payment schedule for 2023. Well, my amazing and most beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. Friends, thank you so very, very much for being part of this community and for joining me here every day. I will be announcing 2 winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. Please make sure you enter the giveaway by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then do comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you watch and then leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.